Dr. Chaitanya Prakash Yogi, Director Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Pandit Deepak Maharaj, Dr. Patricia Bondo, Ms. Anki, Ms. Shasti Harinarayan, and Mr. Piyush Khandawal, distinguished online guests. On behalf of the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Consulate General of India in Durban, it gives me great pleasure to invite you to today's program, Dance has the Form of Divinity, to commemorate International Day of Dance. To begin today's program, we have a tribute to Mother Earth, a little video by our current ICCR scholar, Ms. Saranya Devan, is currently studying MA Dance at University of Madras.
धरती माँ प्रणाम, धरती माँ प्रणाम, तुझ पर निर्भर हम। धरती माँ प्रणाम, तुझ पर निर्भर हम। सदियों से तूने सभी को दी जीवन,
सदियों से तूने सभी को दी जीवन,
सदियों से तूने सभी को दी जीवन, तुझ पर धरती माँ प्रणाम, धरती माँ प्रणाम, धरती माँ प्रणाम, धरती माँ प्रणाम।
To Ms. Saranya Devan for that beautiful rendition of tribute to Mother Earth. We should now have a video message by Ms. Rama Vaidyanathan, a leading ex-component of Bharatanatyam in New Delhi.
Dance transforms my pulse to pace with rhythm, and I become one with rhythm. Dance transforms the space around me, and I become one with space. Dance transforms my body from still to motion, and I become one with movement. Dance transforms my soul from singular to plural, and I become one with the universe. I think the most significant transformational quality of dance is this ability for it to unify the dancer with the audience. As a dancer, I reach out to the spectator, physically and emotionally, with every cell of my body, with the depths of my soul and the corners of my mind absolutely transparent, bared totally in front of the audience. And the audience is with me, with every movement that I do, with every expression that I express, with every hand gesture that I present. This unifying experience is the core of divinity of dance, is what I feel. Because dance transcends over barriers of...
We shall now have an audio message by Ms. Vasaki Devar Singh, who is an author and an academic of Indian culture and arts.
Are divine beings. It is a deep-seated soul consciousness it is synonymous with the soul. The divine within us gives rise to creativity, and the creativity seen in the arts, music, dance, song, and visual arts are something that is very innate in human beings. Dance is one of the many mediums through which divinity is experienced and given expression. Since time immemorial, the Indian arts are infused with the spiritual world. Classical art form have been inspired by Hindu religion and mythology, as seen in the temple dances, the Devadasis, who bear testimony to the great spirituality, which is then in turn their divinity. The architecture, paintings, music, song also reflect and show you the deep-seatedness of the religious and the spiritual aspects of Hinduism. One cannot be divorced from one's very being, and so divinity is very much part of one's being, and that is why it is so conscious. Divinity is the driving force in the creative process of any genre. In South Africa, we share an interesting history in the development of Indian dance, particularly the classical forms such as Bharatanatyam and Kathak. This year, 2020, marks 160 years of the arrival of the indentured Indians to the shores of South Africa. These early settlers were treated as slaves by the British colonialists. They toiled the soil from dawn to dusk, working on plantations, mines, railways for a pittance, under tremendous hardships and hardship. In the evenings, they looked for relief. And these laborers then built their own makeshift stages and performed dances referred to as then terukutu, or street dance, because it was all done on the streets. These performances were based on religious literature, strong divine connotations. The epics such as the Ramayana and the Mahabharata were used as themes for telling stories. Later, in the 30s, the Indian film industry made its appearance in South Africa, and young men and women emulated the dance items prevalent in these movies. Themes were once again based on epics and legends and other spirituality items. Example, Radha and Krishna, Shiva and Parvati, Kovalan and Karnadi, etc. Theatrical venues were unheard of, and so temple premises were utilized as performance arena, and it served the purpose of lending divinity to these productions. The dance performance was an integral part of the religious festivals. Example, Navaratri, Pongal, Shivaratri, Parvati. These performances were really acts of worship. Much later, in the 70s, after many young men and women went to India to study dance, particularly Bharatanatyam and Kathak in all its authenticity. This was during the dark period in South Africa when we lived in the apartheid era and experienced the infamous cultural boycott, where teachers were not allowed to come to this country and performers were not allowed to come to this country. So artists within our country had the driving force, and I will call it the divinity within them, to go to India, study the art form, return, and then start performing and teaching. The full impact of the authenticity of these dance forms was brought back and experienced by local audiences. Dancers performed for full understanding of scriptural knowledge. And that's where we were able to glean the real aspects of spiritual connotations experienced in dance. The performance was an act of worship. On one level, it was thematically an act of worship, and on the other level, dancers were able to portray their own personal feelings from a deep-seated consciousness of their own divinity. The audiences are transported to a higher level of spiritual divinity. We in South Africa have a proud record of preserving and enhancing our rich heritage We salute our forebearers who had tremendous foresight against trying circumstances in perpetuating and instilling in the future generation love and respect for our spirituality and worship through the divinity of Indian arts and dance in particular. Thank you.
Thank you to Ms. Vasuki Singh. We shall now have a video message by Ms. Virushka Patta, who is of the Natya Ananda Fine Arts Academy.
Namaskaram. On my young, humble journey as a dance artist, I have traveled many realms, from on-stage, off-stage, rehearsals with musicians in my quiet space, and tried my very best to understand what is this phenomenal feeling that we experience, and trying to unpack it and understand it. And from all my thoughts and breaking down of trying to understand it, I have come to a realization that this experience of Natyam has taught me that the whole is greater than the sum of all its parts, and that sum simply is the first beat of talam. It's not just the first beat, but if one understands it, it's actually one is able to understand life. The sum, which we all strive for to end on a complete note, is actually something that has no start and no beginning. This physical realm that we engage in is actually on a universal plane, a universal energy that's still oneness, nothingness, consumed in movement. And that alignment of a universal plane of energy is dance, is music, is Virushka, is many names. You can call it many names, but it actually has no name. I'm not a form, I'm just an energy being. And it's a beautiful experience to try to reach that level of wanting to understand it, that this energy is actually the oneness that we all strive for. So there's no difference of searching for divinity and being able to call it on in a form of dance. Is actually no separation. There's no need to call it because it is there. I am it. My gurus are it. I've seen it and always wondered what is it so elevating and so divine, but it's because they've energized their energies and aligned themselves to that universal realm of oneness, of nothingness, and the stillness. So not putting a topic to it or a title to it of divinity in dance, I think there's no separation. There's no separation of what is divinity and what is dance. Or we all are divine beings. We all are dancing beings somehow. And it's a joy to experience this realm of movement.
Have a video message by Ms. Kantarabi Munsami from the Natya Kalayam Academy of Music and Dance.
Namaskaram, Vanakkam. His Excellency Mr. Anish Rajan, Consul General of India, Durban. Dr. Chaitanya Prakash Yogi, Director of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center. Thank you for giving me this opportunity of speaking today on the special day commemorating International Dance Day. It is said that gods and goddesses danced to express the energy of life. The image of Lord Nadaraja, representing Shiva as the Lord of Dance, created many asanas, among them the Hatha Yoga poses. Indian dancers around the world revere the divine origins of their dances, which was transcribed by sage Bharada into the classic text the Natya Shastra. Dance and its divine connection starts with the first movement being the prayer to Mother Earth, Bhuma Devi. This is done before and after every practice and every performance. With hands together in Anjali Mudra, one is taught to bring the hand above the crown to the forehead, the center of the heart, and then with a deep opening through the hips to touch the earth. This expresses the essence of dance as a sacred offering. P.K.S. Iyengar's famous saying, "The body is my temple and asanas are my prayers." Dance is said to have originated in temple complexes where 108 karanas were sculpted into the walls of the temple entrance, reflecting the traditional prominence of temple dancers known as Devadasis, who are thought to have incorporated some elements of yoga practice into their art. In the temples, the Devadasis were the primary conduits for the pujas performed in front of the sanctums for the audience of the divine. According to Roxanne Gupta, a Kuchipudi dancer, the Devadasi was revered as a living symbol of the goddess's Shakti. When the Devadasi danced, she became the embodiment of the divine. Sophia Dias, a scholar who leads workshops on combining Bharatanatyam and yoga, says, "In Indian classical dance, every posture, every expression is considered an invocation to the divine, to incarnate, to be felt as a presence in the here and now of the dancer's body." The Devadasi tradition began around the 4th century and continued into the 20th century when it was outlawed by the ruling British and Indian elite and transformed from a purely temple-based devotional tradition into a national art form. The text of Natya Shastra unites the various forms of Indian classical dance by means of a ritual performance format that is still followed, with some variations among different styles. Many forms begin with an invocation to the divine, a Pushpanjali, which is an offering with flowers, to root the dance in sacred expression. A pure dance section called Nritta follows, showing with great skill the movement, vocabulary of the form and the union of the dancer with tala, which is the rhythm. The heart of a dance performance involves abhinaya, a combination of dance and mime, embodying characters of a sacred story cycle by expressing the lyrics and rhythm of accompanying songs through body, language, hand mudras and facial gestures. The most common storyline dancers use is a classic bhakti theme based on the longing of a lover, the devotee, to reunite with the beloved, the divine, as in the popular story of Radha and Krishna. Dancing is bhakti, which is based on the structure of duality, lover and beloved, masculine and feminine, that leads to oneness. Falling in love with God through the characters of dance, the climax of abhinaya is the culmination of a divine crescendo of complex patterns and fullness of emotions that overwhelm both dancer and audience. The piece then slowly cools down from that climax and ends in pure dance with a closing shloka, a dedication to the Supreme. A quote from Bharadwaj: "At the end of my dance, I have reached my meditation." Indian classical dance is a stairway to spirituality, dance of the divine, a path to salvation. It is an offering to God with a divine origin and theme always being bhakti. Within Indian classical dance forms, the balance of masculine and feminine is understood as the balance of Tandava and Lasya. Tandava is associated with strong, vigorous movements and is considered to be the vibrant dance of the virile Shiva. Its complement, Lasya, the dance of Shiva's consort Parvati, embodies graceful, fluid movements. Odissi dance artist and teacher Nandita Behera often describes Tandava and Lasya to her students through imagery. She says, "Let your lower body be like thunder, powerful and strong, and your upper body be open and graceful like a flower in full bloom." Bharatanatyam and other dances do constitute a spiritual domain. Dance, in fact, constitutes a form of meditation, as it is deeply embedded in sound energy. Different is the feeling of performing in a temple versus performing in a normal auditorium indeed. Temples are vibratory spaces within the life forces that have been evoked and preserved. Hence, the ambience is conducive to a higher journey through dance, both for the spectators and the dancers. Most poetry themselves were inspired by the deities, so all the more the relevance. Using the body as a medium of communication, the expression of dance is perhaps the most intricate and developed, yet easily understood art form. The fascination for Indian dance all over the world is indicative of the deep felt need to use the human body to express and celebrate the great universal truths in pure divinity. Indian dance does just that in a heightened, reverential form. Dance, spirituality, and divinity can be defined as one is a medium, the second an end, and the last a blissful state. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you to Ms. Kanta Ruby Munsami for that. We now have a video message from Ms. Sureka Singh, who's a writer and also a dance teacher.
My name is Sureka Singh, and I feel so happy and empowered to call myself a dancer. Namaskar to everyone watching, and my kind and loving respects to the director of the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India, Durban, Dr. Chaitanya Prakash Yogi, for this wonderful opportunity to share my thoughts and experiences on this International Day of Dance. We all experience life through this human body, and we experience thoughts, feelings, emotions. We all have had great triumphs, many failures. I've had many failures, and I can honestly say that in my worst moments, I've yanked myself up again through dance. I would say to myself, Sureka, aside from everything that's happening right now, you're a dancer. And I would tap into that feeling of courage and strength to overcome the challenges. I really can't say that I'm any kind of authority on dance, or that I have all the answers in the way that you may need to hear it. In fact, far from it. I consider myself lowly among the greats, with still so much to learn. But all I can do is speak from the heart and speak from my own experiences and my love for dance. I've studied Bharatanatyam, which is the classical dance form that originated in India. I studied it under my dearest and most beloved Guru Srimati Savitri Naidu. I have to say there is a great historical background to Bharatanatyam, which is very textured, very layered, very interesting. Yes, Bharatanatyam is a form of expression through the body, dramatization, storytelling, but most importantly, it is, in my opinion, almost explicitly rooted in the experience of spirituality. Bharatanatyam in particular has always been thought of as a form of worship and love for the divine. The dancer worships the divine, which is pure love. I always refer to God as pure love. With Bharatanatyam in particular, we enact the stories of the various Hindu deities who are endowed with what we consider as supernatural powers. When we tell these stories, I always like to believe that we invoke these divine powers. And as such, when I dance and enact the role of Devi, for example, I become Devi, who is the mother goddess. When I dance as Shiva, I become Shiva. It is a reminder of the spiritual teachings that I am God, and God, or the divine, is pure love. And when you go beyond the body and the mind, you touch that divinity. On another level, and very importantly, during this time, my experience is that dance is a form of divinity because in many ways it allows us to nurture the body and the mind, and it brings about a sense of well-being. There is divinity in nurturing a healthy body, a healthy mind, building good physical and mental strength. After all, the body is the temple of the soul. During these times, my dance training consists of playing various genres of music on my speaker and doing what I call free dancing, inspired by dance movement therapy. I allow my body to move and express itself in the moment. I must say it surprises me every time, and I derive great joy from it. I suspect that the divinity of dance lies in being fully present in the moment. I believe that love arises there through complete acceptance. I'm greatly inspired by dancers and teachers of dance. I also have been teaching online Bharatanatyam dance classes during this time, and I find myself being inspired by the many social media posts.
Thank you, Ms. Sureka Singh, for that inspiring video. We shall now have a dance performance by Ms. Valile Makobo from the Kamashu Community Advancement Projects, which is known as KCAP.
Musalubumziba sangulani indele nyathuko phumulani dlala nethezeke nqoqelani nyanya sakwazulu hlelani kuthini ngoba nikhumulani bayede ngonyale kandaba simaviyo viyo thila mahlangala bayede nyakusaba kwengonyama naba bantu bakubecetana yehle sithongo lokubumbana yehle sithongo lokuthalana sithanga njengebutho likabhambata sonde kade khona sekandani thokoza thokoza thongolani thokoza thokoza thongolani ikusasa lifiphela ngempela awunakho ngolobumnyama Kongoza kongoza kusasalani Kongoza kongoza kusasalani Ngolisukulwane situkuleyo Ngolisukulwane situkuleyo.
Thank you, Vilile, for that performance. Our next guest speaker is Dr. Patricia Opondo. Patricia Opondo is currently an applied ethnomusicologist and senior lecturer in African music and dance at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. In 1997, she established the undergraduate program in African music and dance, which has grown to be a vibrant, successful degree option, graduating numerous accomplished ADM performers, art administrators, and educators. Dr. Opondo has also served as the founding director of the African Music Project from 1997 to 2003, which was where she was the cultural producer of the annual African Music and Dance Showcase in Durban. Since 2006, she's been supervising students in co-mounting the annual African Cultural Calabash Festival, which in 2020 we celebrate its 50th edition. In 2007, Dr. Pondo set up a research and documentation unit under the umbrella of the African Music Project and established an archive. She has been teaching postgraduate courses on ethnographic and video documentation of ritual and performances since 1999. The course has developed ethnographic documentary filmmakers who are beginning to get international recognition and profiling through the screening of their films at the International Film Festival and academic conferences around the world. She also teaches courses in public sector ethnomusicology and community development and arts entrepreneurship and runs a successful applied ethnomusicology division in a music discipline in the Art School of Arts. Thank you. Dr. Pondo.
Hello. Today I'm going to speak about dance's divinity, African perspective, as we commemorate the International Dance Day. First of all, we will look at ritual dance. Ritual dance throughout the continent of Africa, as well as the African diaspora. We see that dance is used as a way to connect with higher beings. And in our case, that is God as well as ancestors. These are regarded as the supernatural. In terms of divinity, divinities within the African realm are supernatural. One engages with the supernatural through devoted worshippers or spirit medium, and they communicate with these divinities through dance, music, and singing. Dance is used to channel prayers to these divinities to enhance the quality of life and to maintain a sense of equilibrium. We speak of divine intervention. The backdrop of all this is under the umbrella of African mythology or African cosmology, in which we have the supreme God who is omnipresent. However, we don't engage directly to the supreme God, but this is done through either the ancestors or through spirit mediums. And they act as agents and intermediaries on our behalf. The engagement through ancestors and spirit mediums is always done through sacred dance. God and African ancestors are venerated and respected and are turned to often to help, to prevent sickness, to bless the children, to improve harvest, to strengthen the family unit. This is all part of our Indigenous Knowledge Systems, or INAS, in which are embedded our traditional values. Dance as divinity is also seen in our possession dances. These dances, we see that the spirit mediums get possessed through these dances, and the dance is a way to summon the spirits so that they can be part of our physical presence here on earth. In the dance we just looked at before this from KCAP, we saw the example of Sangoma dance, which is a way to interact with the ancestors. In West Africa, these deities are referred to as Orishas, and each has their favorite color, their special day, special food and drinks, that are offered to them, and significant special dance that are dedicated specifically for the Orishas. These procession dances are danced during special occasions. The reason for this is to honor the deities and to seek their guidance, or to be appeased if they are angry. Spirits are summoned through dance and singing. Finally, we look at the ancestors. For Africans, the transition from life to death is very significant, as you leave the human form and you become part of the ancestors. But even though not physically present, ancestors play a very significant role in African cosmology. They live in the world that we know as spirits. They possess supernatural powers. They watch over their living descendants, but if neglected or dishonored. So today we wrap up and we commemorate our ancestors through dance. And in that way, we see that dance is a divine purpose, and we seek that divine intervention on this International Dance Day.
Thank you, Dr. Patricia Opondo, for sharing your vast knowledge with us and taking time off your busy schedule and being with us today. Thank you, ma'am. We shall now move on and we shall have a dance performance by Mr. Manish Maraj and Miss Barushka Patta on Poetry in Motion.
Parvati Sham Namami Vande Shambhumapatim Suragurum
देवा हो देवा गणपति देवा मंगलम गणेशम देवा हो देवा गणपति देवा मंगलम गणेशम विघ्न विनाशक जन सुखदायक विघ्न विनाशक जन सुखदायक मंगलम गणेशा देवा हो देवा गणपति देवा मंगलम गणेशम देवा हो देवा गणपति देवा मंगलम देवा हो देवा गणपति देवा मंगलम गणेशम देवा हो देवा गणपति देवा मंगलम गणेशम देवा हो देवा
सदा शिवं रुद्रं मकरन्दरूपं चिदम्बरेशं हृदि देवदान रे
Karishka Pata and Mr. Manish Maraj for their beautiful performance. Our next guest speaker is a speaker from New Delhi in India, Pandit Deepak Maharaj. Deepak Maharaj is has received his training from a very tender age from his father, the renowned Kathak maestro Pandit Briju Maharaj. He began performing on stage from a very young age of 9 and also accompanied his father on many concert tours in India and abroad. He has performed leading roles in dance dramas choreographed by Maharajji, most notably among them Krishnaya, Kumar Sambar, and many more. He has also performed at prestigious dance festivals, namely Kathak Kendra Dance Festival at Hyderabad. He has also been recently given splendid performances as Romeo in the ballet Romeo and Juliet, which has been staged in various cities of India. Over the years, Pandit Deepak Maharaj has conferred with various prestigious awards. To name a few, Srinagar Mani Award by the Sur Srinagar Academy in 1996, the Indira Gandhi Priyadarshini Award from the All India Radio National Unity Conference in the 2006 New Delhi, and he's also currently certified as an A-grade artist by Doordarshan Kendra, New Delhi. Pandit Deepak Maharaj.
नमस्कार नमस्कार जी। पिछले 7 जनरेशन से हम लोगों की पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी हमारे सभी एंसेस्टर्स सभी पूर्वज जो हैं कथक लखनऊ घराने से हम सब लोग बिलोंग करते हैं। और जैसा अभी बताया गया है कि मेरे गुरुदेव पद्म विभूषण पंडित बिरजू महाराज जी हैं और हम कला की सेवा तब से कर रहे हैं। और हम सभी लोग आध्यात्म से तो तभी से जुड़ गए क्योंकि कथाकार लोग बहुत पुरानी यदि अगर बात की जाए तो मंदिरों के प्रांगण में कथाकारी करते थे। तब से एक जो सिलसिला शुरू हुआ, अनेकों देवी देवताओं की पूजा करना, उनकी आराधना करना और अपने भाव और भंगिमाओं से उस चीज़ को दिखाना। तो ये परंपरा तो पिछले काफ़ी सदियों पुरानी चली आ रही है। तो मैं बहुत बड़ा सौभाग्य अपना मानता हूँ कि मैंने ऐसे कुल में और ऐसे घराने में जन्म लिया और आज मैं 8 जनरेशन में आता हूँ और वही कथा जो चली आ रही है उसी को आगे कोशिश कर रहा हूँ मैं। और 9 जनरेशन भी बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही है। और जहाँ तक अध्यात्म से जुड़ने की बात है तो ऐसा है कि अध्यात्म से तो हम तभी जुड़ जाते हैं जब हम इस कला के अंदर प्रवेश करते हैं। हम जब इस कला के अंदर प्रवेश करते हैं तभी से हम लोग अध्यात्म से जुड़ जाते हैं। क्योंकि हमें सबसे पहले ही सिखाया जाता है कि गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु देवो महेश्वरा। ये सबसे पहली कहानी ये होता है। और गुरु का दर्जा कहाँ है कि उनको सभी देवों के साथ आपस में जोड़ा गया है। ये मेरी अपनी फीलिंग है और जैसा मैं सोचता हूँ। और हमारे पिताजी ने बहुत सारी कोरियोग्राफीज की, कथा रघुनाथ की, कृष्णायन, कुमार संभव जैसा भी आपने बोला, और मालती माधव और बहुत सारे। और वो सारे जितने भी रोल्स, कैरेक्टर रोल्स, जितनी भी पात्र हम सब ने पहले तो उसको ध्यान किया, अपने शरीर में उतारा, तब जाके वो हर एक जब हम आवाहन करते हैं ईश्वर का, जब प्रभु को मन से याद करते हैं तो वो फिर आते हैं शरीर में। ऐसी ऐसी इस प्रकार की जो शिक्षा हमें महाराज जी से मिली। कभी ऐसा भी होता था कि मैं आता था, नृत्य करता था तो दर्शकों के सामने, दर्शकों को दिखाने के लिए। तो महाराज जी ने एक ही बात कही कि तुम्हें वो परमेश्वर के लिए नाचना है, तुम्हें सबसे ज्यादा उन्हें खुश करना है, उन्हें प्रसन्न करना है। जब जब आप उन्हें प्रसन्न कर लोगे तो आम जनता तो खुश हो ही जाएगी। तो आप मेरी बात को समझ रहे होंगे कि मैं क्या कहना चाह रहा हूँ। और मतलब आध्यात्म तो एक कड़ी है सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी, हम लोगों की कला से जुड़ी है। चाहे वो कुछ भी है, तोड़ा है, टुकड़ा है, परमिलू है, तिहाइयाँ है, पैर पैर का कार्य है, हस्तकों का है, एक एक मुख विलास चेहरे का। अगर राधिका दिखाया, राधा दिखाया, तो राधिका को कैसे हम ध्यान करते हैं। अब जैसे मैं पुरुष हूँ लेकिन राधिका अगर दिखाना चाहता हूँ, तो राधिका का घूंघट का खिंचाव, घूंघट खींचना और उसकी ओट से कृष्ण को देखना। तो एक मुद्रा ये है, कृष्ण बांसुरी पकड़े खड़े हैं, प्रभु राम आशीर्वाद दे रहे हैं। तो इस तरीके के कई सारे, तो जब तक हम उनको स्मरण नहीं करते हैं, जब तक हम उनका आवाहन नहीं करते हैं, ये बहुत कठिन कार्य होता है। और वैसे तो किताबें बहुत बहुत सी पुस्तिकाएं निकली हैं, लोग पढ़ भी लेते हैं, बहुत अच्छी अच्छी चीजें लिखी गई हैं। इससे पहले जो मैं सुन भी रहा था, बड़े बड़े सब सेलिब्रिटीज जितने भी थे, हमारे साउथ की तरफ से भी, सब लोग ने इतना अच्छा बोला, सबने इतनी अच्छी बातें की। तो लेकिन उसको अपने शरीर में ढालना, अपने शरीर के अंदर उतारना, सबसे बड़ा तो आध्यात्म वही होता है। क्योंकि आप प्रभु की लीला का वो कर रहे हैं वर्णन, प्रभु की लीला का वर्णन कर रहे हैं। और जब तक वो वर्णन आपके शरीर में नहीं दिखाई देगा, आपके चेहरे पे नहीं दिखाएगा, आपकी दृष्टि में नहीं दिखाई देगी, तो लगेगा कि हमने सिर्फ नृत्य किया। तो महाराज जी ने तो सदा हमको यही एक बात सिखाई कि कोई भी पात्र हो, कोई भी कैरेक्टर हो, जब तक तुम उसके बारे में, चाहे वो देवता हो, चाहे दानव हो, चाहे कोई भी पात्र हो, तो आप बिल्कुल बस मेरी भावनाओं को ऐसे समझिए। और बाकी हम लोगों के यहाँ जो टुकड़े जिस तरीके से बोले जाते हैं, पढ़ंत किए जाते हैं, कि सिर्फ उसके लिए किसी लैंग्वेज की जरूरत नहीं होती, ना हिंदी की, ना इंग्लिश की, ना किसी किसी लैंग्वेज की जरूरत नहीं होती है। हम केवल अपने भाव से ही कह देते हैं। ये है भाषा, और ये भी सब अध्यात्म से ही जुड़ा है। हम चाहे कोई भी टुकड़ा, परन इत्यादि करते हैं, उसके पीछे भी कोई ना कोई एक मीनिंग जरूर छुपी होती है। ये पिछले 7 जनरेशन है, 7 पुश्तों से, 7 जनरेशन, मैं 8 जनरेशन में आता हूँ। लखनऊ गिरानी की हम लोग कला की सेवा करते चले आ रहे हैं। कथक नृत्य की बात हो रही है। और हम बस यही कहना चाहेंगे कि ये विरासत है, ये बहुत ही मूल्यवान है, ये बहुत बड़ी और बड़ा खजाना है हम लोगों के जीवन का। मैं अक्सर सबको एक बात ये भी कहता हूँ, जो चाहे हिंदुस्तान के अंदर भी यंगस्टर्स हैं, सभी लोगों को एक ही बात कहता हूँ कि ये आपकी अपनी विरासत है, ये आपकी अपनी है। तो इसको आप अपनाइए जीवन में। क्योंकि जिस समय इतना टेक्नोलॉजी, इतना ज़्यादा सब डेवलप नहीं हुआ था, कुछ नहीं हुआ था, तो केवल यही सब हुआ करता था, केवल क्लासिकल म्यूजिक, क्लासिकल डांस, चाहे वाद्य है, चाहे संगीत है, चाहे नृत्य है, यही सब होता था। तो चाहे अमेरिका चले जाएं, चाहे कहीं यूएसएसआर चले जाएं, चाहे ऑस्ट्रेलिया चले जाएं, कथा तो वही रहती है और कथाकार भी वही रहते हैं। तो मेरे ख्याल से इससे ज़्यादा बड़ी बात मैं कुछ और 9 जनरेशन भी हमारी बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं। जैसे मैंने कहा कि पूरी परंपरा चली आ रही है। तो 9 जनरेशन में मेरी बेटी भी हैं, रागिनी महाराज हैं, त्रिभुवन महाराज, ये लोग बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं। तो हम तो इसी दुनिया में हैं, और ये बेशक ज़रूर हो सकता है कि मैं भावनात्मक तरीके से ज़्यादा सोचता हूँ, और अभी जो जो भी शब्द मेरे हैं वो सब भावनात्मक ज़्यादा हैं। शायद किताबों की तरफ उतना मेरा ध्यान नहीं गया वो, लेकिन जो प्रैक्टिकली जो चीज़ आप उस चीज़ को इतने सुंदर ढंग से दिखा रहे हैं, चाहे लय की बात हो, लयकारी की बात हो, जो भी होता है सब प्रभु की इच्छा से होता है। अगर आप सम पे आते हैं, लयदार हैं, तो प्रभु का आशीर्वाद होता है। तो जब उनका आशीर्वाद मिलता है तो ही आप सम पे आते हैं, और अपना मंथन, आत्म मंथन जिसको बोलते हैं, अपने मन का मंथन करना उस चीज को।
Raj, thank you very much for that talk and enlightening us. And thank you for taking time off your busy schedule. We shall now have a song by Miss Kavita Solanki, who is a teacher of Indian culture at the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center. Miss Kavita ji.
Hello ji, namaskar everyone. पद घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, पद घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, मैं तो मेरे नारायण की, मैं तो मेरे नारायण की, आप ही हो गई दासी रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, लोग कहे मीरा भई बावरी, लोग कहे मीरा भई बावरी, सास कहे कुल नाशी रे, पद घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, विष का प्याला रणजी ने भेजा, विष का प्याला रणजी ने भेजा, पीवत मीरा हासी रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, मीरा के प्रभु गिरधर नागर, मीरा के प्रभु गिरधर नागर, सहज मिले अविनाशी रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे। थैंक यू, धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Ms. Kavita Solanki. We shall now have our concluding remarks by our director, Dr. Chaitanya Prakash Yogi, who is from the Swami Vivekananda Culture Center. Thank you.
Thank you. Sani Bonani. Pandit Deepak Maharaj ji, Patricia Opondo ji, Cheryl ji, Kavita ji, all contributors who contributed today. First of all, I want to congratulate all of you on this auspicious occasion of International Dance Day. Dance is a act which can be understood as an outside activity. Really, when dance is happening outside, there is a process which is unifying the whole universe, dance performance. And then dance performance is happening in any genre and any form of culture, then it is only the symbol of unitedness. It is only the sense and experience of oneness. It is only the feeling of futility of any separation and segregation. It is the process in which we feel that we can encroach the body through body, that we can get some invisible energy which is beyond than us and which is unlimited. And we can feel that that energy is our source. That is the key of our life. When we are feeling that we are not connected to that energy, then we are feeling always restless and unsatisfied. But when we are going to be connected to that source of energy, then we are always feeling satisfied, happy, and joyful. And that process of joining that source of energy is dance. And that process is giving us that sense of divinity, which is always around us, which is always within us. Life in which we are living is full of divinity. Everything is divine. Either it is non-living entity or living entity. Either it is in our favor or against us apparently. Everything is divine. Nothing in this world except divinity. So, only because of our ignorance, only because of our lack of vision, only because of our disconnectivity, only because of our lack of connectivity, we are not able to understand or experience that divinity. And dance is a one form of process which can make us connected to that divinity, which can make us divine always, which can give us the sense of being connected to that unlimited energy. That energy is always available. But because of our narrowness, because of our individuality, because of our sense of subjectivity, because of our exclusiveness and so-called selfishness, we are not able to be connected to that energy. So when we are watching the dance and we are performing the dance and we are experiencing the dance and we are observing the dance, then we are feeling that we can be connected to that energy easily, smoothly. Only we need to surrender our body to that energy, so that this body should not be an obstacle between we and that energy. And that energy, which is always inviting us, can embrace us at the time of dancing, at the time of watching the dance. That energy is inviting us, like mother is inviting us to come home, to come back. Why you are playing outside in the playground? Why you are not coming to the home? The home is peaceful. In playground, always you are feeling jealousy, competition. You are feeling the spirit of fighting to each other. You are feeling that somebody is against me and I need to fight with him or her. But when you are coming at home, you are feeling that nobody is against me. Nobody is other than me. I am the part of everybody and everybody is part of me. So dance is like an invitation of the Mother Nature to come back to that universal sense of consciousness, to be connected to that unlimited energy, to be in the lap of Mother Nature, to be in the oneness, to be in tune with the music of this universe, to be in tune with this universe, which is always happening as dance. Everything is dancing in this world. In the small atom, electron is dancing around the proton. And this motion is happening everywhere in every entity. Either it is non-living or living. This movement is happening. There is a blood circulation in our cells. There is a dance happening in our body. And then when we are dancing, then also we are being able to in tune with that energy which is always around us and within us. Dance is a form of that connectivity, that experience of being connected, that experience of being assimilated into that universal consciousness. That's why dance is necessary, inevitable. We cannot escape from dance. We cannot be away from dance. We always seeking the dance, because dance is the invitation of Mother Nature. How can we forget that invitation? How can we ignore that invitation? We are playing in the playground, but how can we ignore the sound of Mother Nature? She's inviting continuously to us. And that invitation is making us able to understand ourselves, to explore ourselves as a united, integrated, and one entity which is not separated from anything in this world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us. Now that we have come to the end of our program, we shall now have our vote of thanks by Ms. Shristi Harinarayan.
Namaskar. On behalf of the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India in Durban, it gives me great pleasure in extending this program's vote of thanks. Major thanks goes out to Ms. Saranya Devan, Ms. Rama Vidyanathan, Ms. Vasigi Devar Singh, Ms. Vurushka Patta, Ms. Kantarubi Munsami, Ms. Sureka Singh, Ms. Vilile Makoba. Great thanks goes out to our Honorable Dr. Pratisha Acheng Apondo, Mr. Manesh Maharaj. Most importantly, our guest speaker joining us live from India, Pandit Deepak Maharaj ji, my esteemed colleagues, Ms. Kavita Solanki and Ms. Cheryl Banwarilal, my director, Dr. Chaitanya Prakash Yogi. Thank you, sir, for your vision and for this program. And to the gentleman who makes this program happen, for your technical support, thank you, Piyush ji. Most importantly, it's to all our guests and our online viewers. Thank you for watching our programs. Please stay tuned into our social media to see what's happening next at the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center. Please stay at home, stay safe, and flatten the curve. And remember to keep dancing. From me, namaskar.